regarding Techno Tackle Software Solutions.
Before partnering with Techno Tackle.
Techno Tackle.
Hi, my name is Ramkumar. I head the marketing and pre-sales function at Koremec and Autosys group of companies. We are primarily a automation-centric company with a lot of projects being done in the manufacturing industry across sectors. We also do a lot of software projects, mostly in the manufacturing and infrastructure like water, wastewater, as well as typical infrastructure projects that people like L&T do, for example. So these are areas where we operate as a company which provides sometimes hardware plus software solutions and sometimes only software solutions. Now our specialty is the domain expertise that we have on what the customer really needs in terms of functionalities and features of whatever software he is looking for, and the integration requirements with their existing systems, for example. The challenges that we had before getting to know about Techno Tackle is the cost of development. See, because in this industry, we have to be very competitive. We are talking to Indian customers who are paying in Indian rupees. So the ability to provide cost-effective solution is very important. Whether we are quoting directly to a customer or whether we are quoting through L&T, for example, we need to be very cost competitive. And bulk of the value is in scoping the requirement and understanding the customer's requirements and detailing the back and forth designs in terms of user interface or reports or things like that. The coding part and the actual development and testing part is what we normally look for help. Even though we have our own software developers, they are mostly busy with some amount of work or other, and we need to really get some of the development and testing to be outsourced to somebody else. So and when we went outside, we found that typical IT services companies who are developing and testing software code based on the requirements you give are quite expensive in terms of their man-hour charges or man-day charges. So Techno Tackle was able to solve this problem by bringing in a very capable team, I would say, who is able to remotely engage with a customer like us and understand what is the requirement of the software that we are trying to develop, and then allocate a very limited team in terms of user interface design and user experience design initially, and then sort out all the screen designs and report designs along with us, and we in turn with our customers. And then once the entire iteration of design is approved by our customer and by us, then they deploy a larger team in terms of development and then testing, and then subsequently it is delivered to us and we then deliver to our customers along with the other integrations that we do. Let's say we want to integrate that with a PLC system or with some automation system. That integration part we ourselves do using the software APIs that we have with the solution that was built by Techno Tackle. So the impact was that we were able to win competitive bids from the industry with the help of Techno Tackle and execute them flawlessly without any time overrun or cost overrun. And then I have also say that one of the things that I liked about Techno Tackle is the level of bugs are very low. Like for example, when they test it and finally deliver, the number of issues that we find when we test it is very, very minimal, I would say. And then once we finally deliver it to the customer, because we have already approved the screen designs and the report designs in the first cycle, then the actual conversion of that into actual code and testing and deployment is done. And then we finally, when we deliver it to the customer, the approval from the customer is also mostly done with almost zero or very negligible changes in the system. So the number of iterations that we have to do to get the customer to approve the final software is very, very minimal. That's one of the things that is unique about Techno Tackle, because they believe that if you have done the initial planning and design properly, you will have less work in terms of bug fixing, or if you don't understand the requirements sufficiently, you will end up doing more changes towards the end. But once we have thoroughly understood the requirements to the level of fixing each and every screen and each and every report to the pixel level, and every minor detail is taken care of in the data model, and then when you convert that into code and test it, the acceptance rate without modifications is very, very high, from the customer side. So I will definitely recommend and their ability to bring these kind of good quality resources at a reasonable cost from a tier 2 town like Coimbatore is itself a very strategic thought process. Any other place is going to be very expensive to bring such talent. So I will definitely recommend Techno Tackle for anybody who wants cost-effective development and testing services on various technologies that they are capable of doing. While I still think that the domain expertise is something that I heard that they also have domain expertise to directly go to end customer and study and research and arrive at the requirements. But we have never used them for that because we are very strong on the customer front-ending side, and so we have done all the customer front-ending and requirement analysis and business analysis and scoping the requirement and fine-tuning the requirements, including the data model design, the screen design, everything we try to get involved. And from their point of view, I have found Techno Tackle to be a very valuable partner for Koremec and Autosys. And we have to specifically mention that a project that we did for the Government of India, Shipping Ministry, through L&T. It was a very cost effectively executed, flawlessly completed within time, with almost negligible or zero issues when it actually went to the customer finally. There were some very minor changes the customer asked for towards the end, and we were able to do it within a day and give it. So that's what I want to share about Techno Tackle. Thank you.